Hello everyone, my name is Audrey Sangla and I am responsible for the relay center called Elysion in France. First, I would like to present Elysion. It is both a VRS and a VRI center. But for today, I will be focusing on VRS, which is the accessible telephony. Approximately 600 users subscribe to this service. We have no grants from the governments or public bodies whatsoever. And since the start of the experiment in 2008, we found our own sources of income and the experimentation continues to develop. We still aim at signing agreements with the government, but due to elections, the project is often postponed and we continue our efforts. Now let's talk about several political issues we have. First of the political issues is on the technical side. The second is about the quality of the service. I think it is very important that the professionals working in the relay service, be they interpreters or text typists, are fully qualified. I will explain more about the qualifications process when I will talk about the training programs later on. But what is important is that they gain strong skills by working both on the field and in the relay center. Third issue is to improve the standards of the professions by sharing those skills and competence between professionals. We open the discussions also to the users by asking them feedbacks, their observations being taken into account for the improvement of the service. The other political issue is the service free of charge. But what do we mean by free of charge? We want to have the same telephony services as for hearing people. We want the calls made by a deaf or hearing to be at the same cost, and we want the same services. A hearing person can both initiate and receive calls. We want to be able to do the same. We also want unlimited calls, just the same. This is the service free of charge. The needs for the deaf to reach the same services as for the hearing must be promoted by the national associations. This is an important issue as well. They have a key role to play in making recommendations to authorities, stakeholders, and government bodies. They must explain their needs, especially the free services we want to start right now. It is crucial. The last important issue is the culture of telephony. Deaf people grew up with no sensitive perception of hearing telecommunications other than seeing hearing people talking on the phone. Now, with the arrival of video phones and relay center, they sometimes don't know how to manage a call. They get connected with an answering machines or busy line, discovering the network is full of surprises. And hearing people who answer incoming calls made by a deaf person through an interpreter have never experienced this odd situation before. They simply don't know how to handle it. So it is an important issue to teach the deaf what calling on a phone is all about. Now the economical issues. Two of them are important. First, by ensuring stable income for the relay center and tight budgeting of service hours, we want the economical structure to be sustainable. Neither do we want to be compelled to get money, nor do we want to make huge profit. Second economical issue. In our company, we encourage the development of all staff. Technical department, people working with languages, people at the creative department. By improving each department and working together, the relay center becomes stronger. This is very important. No single service is developing alone. Now the interpreters training programs. Here is the situation in France. There are 300 interpreters who are now certified. As we want the relay center to grow, and according to what we know about the number of deaf people in France, a minimum of 3,000 interpreters is needed. 10 times. It's impossible to reach this number at a glance. It will take time to grow, and we work hard to develop the sector's training at university. So we're involved in building training programs from the beginning up to the master's degree. This is also very important. There are different sign language tuitions here and there and given by associations or private companies, but due to lower level, they are not sufficient to give access to university. We make the bridge between the two and ensure that the people who attended sign language courses can reach the level needed to enter the university and get their master's degree at the end. We are aware that after certification and 5 or 10 years of work, some interpreters have enough and quit. It's important to keep the profession attractive and sustainable and to secure strong positions for senior interpreters. Interpreting agencies in France also must not grow alone, and we are encouraging the mutual trust for the future of the profession. Now, about the Relay Center for Emergency Calls. Questions remain about interpreting an emergency call. It is difficult. So it's essential that interpreters are aware of the emergency situations and each of the procedures: firemen, hospitals, fire alerts. By knowing the common procedures beforehand, they will be able to build self-confidence and handle the real emergency calls without being destabilized. Secondly, the technical architecture must work properly. Video on the computer screen must be clear, they must have comfortable audio quality in and out, so they can focus on the information shared during the situation. And third, having said that the interpreters must be self-confident and experienced enough, we would not assign junior interpreters in emergency call settings. Before that, they must work and gain experience in other kind of settings. Only when they have developed self-confidence can they handle emergency situations. Also important is the network of interpreting services. We don't want a single relay service, and we encourage the development of the network across France. In this way, the video interpreters have a diversity of calls, emergency call being just part of their job. They take turns and are not exposed too much to the situations and to the people. When connecting to a relay center is impossible, switching easily from a relay to another somewhere else brings more liability to the system. So, this is the end of my presentation. I hope you have a better idea of what we do. Thank you. I wish you good work and ideas to share. Bye-bye.